I just think it's remarkable. Like, okay, so you have the kid line that's grabbing all the attention. You also look at their blue line, like Fox, Lindgren, Schneider, Keandre Miller, like so much young talent there. I'm going to say the Rangers win a Stanley Cup in the next 3 seasons. Buy or sell, Frank?
I was saying this yesterday. My dad, obviously living in Philly, big Flyers fan. He's watched the Eastern Conference Final, and I said, like, the problem for you, Dad, is the Rangers are going to be good for like the next 7 years. And he said, "Oh, I have to agree with you after watching, this team in the playoffs." And I was like, their defense core, as you mentioned, Tyler, the old head of the group is Jacob Trouba, and he's not exactly old by any standard. The kid line has been great. Zibanejad's in his prime. Kreider's in his prime. 3 years, I will buy.
All right.
And the thing about the Rangers that gives them the benefit is, the kid line for them has first line potential. Lots of times your kid line is some young guys, they're playing really well as third line guys, but how many of them are really going to be top stars, right? I look at Lafreniere; he's a number 1 overall pick. Kap was number 2. Hito was a 21st overall. They're going to have that ability to transition and have deep runs for the next few years. So I could, and I love Gerard Gallant as a coach. Daryl Sutter, I thought, said it best. He goes, "Hey, he deserves that award. He's kind of guy who got screwed over." I don't see the Rangers making the error that the previous 2 organizations did with Gerard Gallant, and he will stick there. And they've got Shesterkin coming up, and when you got an elite goalie, you got a shot. So I will buy.
To add to that, Tyler, the interesting thing about the Rangers is they may have to do it in 3 years, because that's when you're really going to have to start paying everyone.
Yeah. Yeah, there's what's Igor Shesterkin?
You start to run into problems, like all sorts of cap problems. Like they've taken care of Zibanejad. They're in that spot with Kreider, but then they're going to have to pay at some point if he really caps off or pops off Lafreniere and all the rest of the group. Like even this summer it starts to become a little bit more difficult with the math. Hito has been great in the playoffs and has, basically matched his production already from the regular season. But are you paying Ryan Strome to keep him? I don't, it just, the math starts to get fuzzy. That's all.
Yeah.
Well, their advantage is like you can just replace Ryan Strome with Lafreniere, right? Lafreniere, and just you feel like he's ready to take on that role and at a much cheaper price for a year or two.
Yeah, or if you think Heedle can be a top 6 centerman, right? Like with these young kids, you certainly have those options, but definitely a bit of a pinch. I think they're in that mode for the next few years here, where you kind of say, forget about the draft picks. We just need to do everything we can to try win a ring right now.